Hi, this is Paul Rosenberg. Welcome back again to the Rogue Leadership Channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about a muscle that we all forget to use. Now, as leaders, we're all taught to show up well, and we spend a lot of time and focus on how we talk to our teams, the way we show up, being visible, getting engaged. But what we forget about is what happens after we have that conversation, after we have that meeting. And that's a concept I want to talk to you today about. It's called absent presence. Absent presence is about what resonates with your team after you leave. So how do you make sure that engagement resonates with them well after you're gone? You go back to your office, they go back to work, and yet the folks who do absent presence right leave something with their team members that helps motivate them and drive them throughout the rest of the day. So let's break that down. How do you make that happen? The magic is pretty simple. Number one, when you engage, keep it simple and keep it powerful. Make sure that that interaction is clear and is strong and not muddled, meaning that you have the clarity about your message and the clarity about what you want to achieve. The second thing is to remember is that this magic is created over time. So it's countless small interactions that build up that memory, that consistency. And if I'm working for you, I can point to that or think about that and say, you know what, that person has my back. I know where he or she is going, and so that's what sticks with me. Let me give you a real life example. I'd like to introduce you to a very powerful leader, and her name is Becky. Becky was in charge of a large submarine construction program, and they started off in the new series of construction fairly rocky. And she understood that the reason for that was that there was a misalignment between herself, her leadership team, and the folks on the shop floor. I was brought in as a coach to help them through this rocky time. Becky and I had a long conversation, and she told me, I want to do something bold that's really going to make a difference long term for my organization and for my team. So after some time, she said, you know what, I have an idea. I want to go down to the shop floor and not only be visible, but I want to help them execute work. That way I can understand the issues they're facing in real time. And I thought it was a brilliant idea. So she made plans this first month to go down and work on a work package. Now, work package is just install a light or put in piping. She picked a work package. And as you can imagine, the workforce was very nervous because this is the first time a senior VP had come down and really crawled around in the sub with them and done actual work. And they were worried about their performance. They were worried they might get fired. They were worried they were going to make a mistake. But something different happened when Becky showed up because of how she showed up. She, first of all, made it clear she was there to learn and to listen. Secondly, she made it clear that she was there to help and understand. And with those two things, she worked on the work package with them. Now, by the time the third visit happened, she did this once a month, it was very clear that Becky was authentic in her focus, and word got out that this is someone who really cared about what they were doing and how they were doing it. Now, where does the absent presence come in? Well, unfortunately, Becky was soon diagnosed with breast cancer. And I'm happy to say that she's recovered and doing great today. She's doing fine. She's a survivor. But back then, that meant that she would have to be gone for long periods of time from the plant. And what she did in those 8 hours created an amazing absent presence, because while she was gone, that workforce still drove towards her objectives, towards her ideal with energy and with commitment and with focus. And in 8 hours of her time over 8 months, she totally changed the culture. So let's recap about absent presence. Absent presence is as important as your presence. If you focus on making those engagements powerful and authentic, you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful tool to use in your own organization. Thanks so much for listening. Make sure you leave a comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.